What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your girl, Miss Lee, here on a Tuesday. I feel like Tuesdays is going to be the show day. I remember when I started, I said, I don't know what day we going to do this thing, but it seems like Tuesday is it. So we are here on a lovely, sunny Tuesday here in Maryland, and I hope it's sunny and nice in other parts of the globe where you guys are tuning in and listening. Hey, I see the hey so yes, connect with me in on the Facebook group. That's how you're streaming. Give StreamYard permission because I don't see your name if you don't give StreamYard permission in the post. So make sure if you don't, if I can't see your name, I just see hey Soror in the chat. So just put your name so I know who you are because I don't see who you are. So tonight's show is going to be such a treat, and it's actually right on time because, two parts. So the name of the topic tonight is At Your Best, and I'm just going to tell you, I got the topic from the Isley Brothers, child, from the whole verses. Yes, Lord. I don't know if you guys seen the verses, but I saw the verses with the earth, with the elements and the earth, winds, and the fires. And I was like, oh, and then we sang At Your Best. I was like, oh, Jesus, take me away. So the whole topic came to me from this standpoint, but I wanted to take a spin on it because it's been over a year since we've been in this state of living. And some of us are struggling with living at our best. And taking the name of that song and tweaking it outside of love and the importance of love, how are we living at our own individual best? And I say that this comes right on time. Hey, Dina. Hey, Silver girl. Yeah, this going to be a Zeta show, okay? I'm going to get into that in one more second, honey. So, it's coming right on time because in 2020 and into 2021, a lot of us have experienced loss of family members, friends, states of mind is lost, employment has been lost, children are losing their minds, parents are losing their minds, everybody just losing it all. So in this realm of adjustment to life, how do we live at your best? How do we make our mind, our bodies, and our souls at its top level of functioning to what that looks like for you? Because my top level of functioning is going to be completely different than the next person, which is going to be completely different than the person after that. So that is the focus of this show tonight, and I hope I know you're going to get something out of it. And then at the end of the show, I have an awesome surprise. I've been teasing it here and there on social media about the new series. I'm just so hyped for this series that's going to start next Tuesday, and I just can't wait to get into that. But I'm going to save that to the end. So I say all of that to say that this topic is right on time for me. You guys know I'm open, I'm vulnerable. You guys know if you've been following Miss Lee since 2000 and whatever, you guys know I'm open and candid about my mental health. I'm open and candid about my life and what I'm going through because a testimony from one helps someone else. So you guys know I've lost my mom. She transitioned in September. And I have my ups and my downs, and that there are days that I don't feel at my best. And it's a work in progress when you're dealing with any level of grief, whatever that looks like. It's a completely different level. So yesterday I was not at my best, but I was at the best of where I could be at that moment. And thinking about how I push myself and when my body says no, when I need to say, okay, I'm going to just pause, unplug, disappear. And my guest tonight, who's also a soror, I love the fact that her and her sister, they do this unplug like once a year. And I always be like, Lord, I need to do that, but I don't have the willpower yet, but God is working on me. But it's important that we look at ways that we can really put ourselves first, put our state of mind as a priority, because sometimes we put family, we put work, we put spouses, we put friends, we put the cat, we put the dog, we put grandma, we put everybody else before us. and that does not help us live at our best. In the chat on Facebook, on the Facebook group, I have posted so many lovely, wonderful questions. You guys have been rocking and rolling with the responses, and I'm going to dive into those comments that you guys have gotten into. So one of the questions I posted in the Miss Lee Experience Facebook group: what are some things that get in the way of your self-care? Ooh, y'all went in on that one. I'm gonna give you those comments. Throughout the course of the week, how often are you feeling at your best? And the choices are 3 to 4 days a week, 1 to 2 days a week, 5 to 7 days a week, or never. Okay, so I thank you all for your honesty in that poll question. I'm gonna reveal those results shortly. And the other question that was posted: what are some things that you do? What are some things that you do to be in your best self in mind, body, and spirit? Okay, so you guys are still commenting, you guys are still chatting, and as we go along with our conversation tonight, I'm going to dive in. We're going to talk about it. So for tonight, let's get in. I am honored, privileged, just humbled, all of the above, to have this lovely, 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 lovely woman, this finer woman, this mother, this sister, this wife, this Zeta, this entrepreneur, this fit woman, she's walking into a new level of destiny that God has touched her heart to connect with some awesome, awesome people to motivate and inspire. She's also my soror. So I just gotta shout that out because I don't care what nobody say. It's still our centennial year +1. I'm just gonna put that out there. It's still our centennial year +1. And she hails from New Jersey. We go way back, like way back. And God kind of reconnected us and all over the place. And it was really cool because our moms knew each other when we were like little ones, like in high school. And, and my mom always asked about how are the twins? And, so it's really dope that I can use my platform to help motivate and push her message to the forefront because this is a new journey for her. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Miss Lee Experience for the very first time, the lovely Miss Ayesha Patrick. Here we go. What's going on?
Thank you for having me. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited about tonight.
Yes.
Before we go in, let me just say this. Okay. People don't know, we really do go way back to when your mother, when you first met us, your mother was like, I need to meet the parents. People don't do that these days. And guess what? Remember, you guys came over and your mom met our mom, and then we were planning on going on a cruise together. And so we go way back.
We was all innocent back then, child. We was just
innocent. What you talking about, girl?
Yes, it's so true. And it's like, I'm telling you, when people are in your life and their place, you go in, you weave in, you move forward, and then I remember the first time I met her, Miss Ayesha. I didn't even know she was a Zeta, but she knew, she's like, hey. I was like, mm-hmm. That was a whole nother story for another day though. But all of that good stuff. Yes. So when I saw you have been, before you made the announcement, you guys were teasing announcement for Mixed Fit, right? So I'm gonna share the website too, because I have that pulled up and everything, so we can look and talk about it. But tell everybody like how you embarked on this journey and what this whole Hive life is all about.
Yes, the Hive Vibes Tribe. Yes. So, all right, let me just back it up a little bit. Before I go into all of that, I just want to explain that Mixed Fit is a people-inspired dance fitness program that uses body weight toning and combines it with explosive movements. And the thing that really enticed me about Mixed Fit was that the creator of Mixed Fit has such a passion and desire to put a focus not only on your self-care, but different causes. That was what was beautiful to me because, as you know, I'm very involved in many different things. And one of the things that is required with being a part of Mixed Fit is a cause. You have to, at some point, either donate your time, or if you want to donate your talents as far as your classes to a cause, that is what you have to do. So, and it tied into my whole story. So, not many people, because even though it appears like I'm very, very public with a lot of information, I'm extremely private, extremely private, especially when it comes to my health. So, at the top of COVID, well, back it up, I, for my entire life, have had psoriasis, but it wasn't like too crazy, wasn't too bad, just, here and there. I would get, the scales from the psoriasis or in my scalp or what have you, but nothing major. Well, around January, I had gotten some devastating news regarding my health that was not psoriasis related. And I had to, long story short, be scheduled for a medical procedure. And the idea of even having this procedure just like anxiety level a trillion. So I was, and because of my family's history, it even elevated my concern even more because of the type of procedure that I was going to be scheduled for. So January, I get that news, schedule the procedure for March. What happens in March of 2020? COVID, right? The world turns upside down. My procedure then, of course, gets postponed, which created even more anxiety for me because it was something that I had to get done. Now it's getting pushed out to God knows when. And as a result of that built up anxiety and just other things that were happening in my life at that point, I experienced the worst flare up you could ever imagine with psoriasis. And I am not certain if any of your viewers or listeners are aware of psoriasis, but it is a skin condition. It's an autoimmune disorder.
I was just about to say, like, those autoimmune illnesses, I mean, your body attacks itself. That's what it is. So if you lupus, psoriasis, my mom has scleroderma, all of these, your body, like how my mom would describe it is, it's like something can trigger something, like stress, whatever. Your body goes into immediate shock, and then little things wake up. And you all of a sudden wake up tomorrow and you got a whole autoimmune illness and it's been chilling in you. So like, and it can attack different things. Like my sister has lupus, my grandma has lupus, like, and it's a serious thing. And people don't understand.
They don't understand because they look at you and they say, "Oh, girl, you look good, girl. What you talking?" I'll be like, "Sis, I'm in pain all day, every day." But the way that I explain it in layman's terms to people about like what an autoimmune disorder does to you, your body is like literally trying to protect yourself. So when I explain to like my followers, because I have a separate page for my psoriasis, it's like your body saying, "Sis, we about to jump. That disease out here we coming for," and you like, "Nah, I got it, bro. It's good." And your body like, "No, where are my cousins? Come on, cousins." And your body is just literally like, "No, we gonna get rid of," and there's nothing happening, and your body turning up.
Yeah. It's like you in neutral, like because both sides is going like this, and ain't nobody winning. But
exactly. So as a result, I had a crazy flare up because my psoriasis is stress induced. So like with dealing with the COVID anxiety, different things that was happening in my life at that moment, I ended up with a flare that covered 80% of my body. 100% of my scalp. I ended up, I had to go to the dermatologist, which that appointment didn't happen until June.
Right.
And then just because of even though I love my dermatologist, she's a sweet lady, but there was a lack of cultural competency. So she prescribed me medication that was supposed to help. And I lost the entire crown of my hair, completely gone, done. It was like, you did like this. The fact that I even had this crochet girl, this is God. This God. Because and you've seen my hair, so
yes, thick, full,
yeah, yeah. So as a result of that, and me just trying to research about, because I've had it my whole life, but never experienced anything. Like, yes, I was on steroids. Yes. I see someone in the chat wrote steroids. Because I was on multiple medications. There was just not one. There was multiple. And, they tried certain things before I would end up on a biologic, which, we could have a whole separate conversation about that. But ultimately, I found that there was a lack of information about psoriasis within our community, people of color.
That feel like that needs to be a new topic for me. Let me tell you something, and then this is definitely off topic, but us melanated folk, okay?
Speak on it.
We are experimental tools because they don't know how to treat us because we are from the sun, okay? The energies, how we are connected. These medicines don't work with us the way that it works with the others.
Listen, it is a lot. So, like, ultimately, I ended up creating my own support group for women of color with psoriasis called Sisters with Psoriasis. And, I started my whole platform with that. And part of my psoriasis was not just my skin, my joints started to be impacted, and I suffer from psoriatic arthritis. So as a result, my doctor was like, hey, here's what you have to do. You're going to have to be active. You're going to have to be constantly moving. You have to, I have to take different supplements, but ultimately my prescription was exercise, right? So my trusty Fitbit became my best friend. And I started, doing different challenges in Fitbit. And I actually connected with an amazing group that is led by Mr. Anthony Harris called the Motivation Station in Fitbit. And when I tell you, I completely dived into this group, like it completely changed my life. And I found out about MixFit from Fitbit because the people in my group were, posting about MixFit. I'm like, what's MixFit? I never heard of it. And so they would put different things. And then, so I found out about it and I researched it. I started doing MixFit YouTube videos. And then I was like, hey, I really love doing this. I enjoy doing it. I can do this. Why not? And not only did I like doing it, but it would be part of my own self-care because, hey, I had to, at this point, I had to change my life, change my eating, change my fit, because I was doing things, but then I stopped and start. And literally at this point in my life, and, like people might think, oh, I'm not trying to look like nothing for nobody. I'm trying to live. And, so that's how I found out about MixFit, and it, meant even more to me once I started the training to know that you had to have a platform for a cause. So my cause with MixFit is connected to Sisters with Psoriasis.
Okay. So, Ish, you done said like 80 different elements. So I know our listeners is probably like, oh my gosh, all of this happened. COVID, family, kids, husband, like the amount of mental stress that it takes to process a diagnosis of whatever alone is taxing just on your mind. Just understanding, because I mean, like anything, like I remember like my sister, when she got diagnosed with lupus, it was like, why me? What did I like? You go through a lot of questioning and not understanding, what is this? Why do I have this? This isn't fair. I just want to live. I just want to be me, and it's really important, especially the older we get, or the more mature we get, or the more seasoned, or whatever word you want to use, because we definitely don't look our age. Okay, we don't look. Okay, we don't look, in that them 4 dimes. We're not there, but it's hard for us to accept transitional moments in our health, especially if we're not even thinking that that's an option for us.
Right.
Like, because it's a shock. Like, even myself, like I'm, because autoimmune illnesses run heavy in my family, I'm like, all right, well, let me get to this rheumatologist and figure out what's good, so these are those steps, and it's scary, but it's like, okay, if I don't know now, whatever that is, whatever's happening, it might not be anything. I need to make sure I'm mentally ready. So to experience all of this pre-COVID.
And I told you I had to still have this other surgery, which I did have in August of 2020, which was successful, and everything after that was great. But of course, at that moment, I mean, you're not thinking like, oh my, you're in a place where you're like, oh my goodness, like what is happening?
What is happening?
And honestly, when I tell you, because you know me, I'm all over the place, and I see those that are in the chat that do know me. Y'all know I be all over the place, and I am the type of person that always will try to put others before myself, and that's why I love that. We're talking about self-care and everything, and one of the best things that happened to me was my body telling me, "Hey, you need to."
Chill.
You need to down because this whole time honestly forced me to really tune into myself, and there is plenty of times that we don't do that. And honestly, one of my good friends always says, whenever we're talking about different challenging things or regarding self-care, what have you, she'll always say, you have to, just like when you get onto an airplane and they are going over the safety procedures, they tell you have to put your mask on first. Okay? Because you can't help others. You have to put your mask on first. And honestly, this experience forced me to do that, and I'm grateful. It was a rough time. Like I would never not be honest and say, like, there were depressing times. It was very difficult. But if I had not experienced that, I wouldn't have gotten to this place. And I was listening to a podcast the other day, and the woman, it was actually Kirk Franklin's podcast, and he was interviewing Glennon Doyle, who, if you don't know who she is, Google her. She's amazing. But the thing that resonated with me was, she said, before the resurrection, you have to experience the crucifixion.
Oh, Jesus.
I said,
oh, Lord Jesus, I'm just going to say it.
I mean, that goes deeper than beyond, like, just the surface.
Yes.
In order to end anything in your life, any type of elevation, anything, there has to be a death of something else. So, like, I had to give up putting, exactly, Dion, you can't pour from an empty cup. I had to really sit down and stop just, like, giving out, like, and once I did that, that's, when things change. And it just so happened that God aligned, different people into our lives, because Lakeisha was already involved with the cheer hive, because Ayana is, she's on 2 teams there. Hey, BW4L and, the VIBs, but so, and our step instructor, Janae, I had been connected with her for years. So ultimately, we all connected and joined forces together to create High Vibes Group Fitness. So Janae is our business partner, and Janae's one of our instructors. And, I then became an instructor, and then we have some other incredible instructors, but that is, the whole High Vibes Group Fitness was birthed out of just really honing in on self-care, health living, body positivity, all of that. So yeah, that's where we are. High Vibes.
Yes. High vibes. Let me tell you something. God is working on my heart. Let me tell you about this. So I don't know what it is with me, and I'm going to just pray over it. I will start working out, then I just get lazy. Like, it's real. And then I see Oreos, and then I want the Oreo, and then I want the ice. Like, it's a situation. It's a whole. But I know my struggle. I know my struggle. But it's one of those things where, like, I have to put that self-care in my physical exercise first. Because again, like, when you have, not to make, I'm not gonna make excuses, I ain't gonna run it, but it's one of those things where those mental health thoughts come in. And I've been open about my journey of being on medicine and things like that, and thankfully I'm not, but I'm still coping with, I can do this today, I can get up today. And those are real thoughts, so I know working out is something I need to do. God is working on my heart. He's working on my heart.
He's working on us every day. And I'll be quite honest with you. I didn't just jump in and be like, hey, I'm going to be a mixed fit instructor.
Yes.
No, that's not how it happened. And we have the Queen Bee Accountability Cliques that we have that is our small groups. And I shared with them that my journey, honestly, I said to myself, I'm going to change one thing and make a habit of it. So when I decided that I wanted to lose weight and I decided that I wanted to exercise, I didn't start by just running on the treadmill. You know what I did? I started making my bed daily at the same time. And you know what happened after that? I created the habit of making my bed daily. So I said, hey, if I can make my bed daily and I create that habit, then I'm going to walk my basement stairs every day to this house music.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. And then after that, I said, if I could do that for, X amount of days, for 10 minutes a day, then I'm going to jump rope every day in my basement. And that's what I did. So I started, not just putting all of my eggs in one basket and saying all or nothing. Hey, if I don't do this today, then I'm a failure. No, I started by creating a habit, and it had nothing to do with eating right or exercising when I first started. It literally had to do with me creating that habit of, as soon as I get up, I'm making my bed every day.
And
normally I would just, do whatever.
It's so dope that you say that, because if you're listening and you've never heard of this book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, in his book he says it takes 21 days to make a habit. And think about the habits that we have and how quick we adapt to them. So if it takes 21 days to have it, like to start a habit, how long do you think it takes to break the habit? Right. It might even be more, because it's been ingrained in you, to change that. And that, that level of consistency is real, and having those accountability partners.
Yes.
That is what it is. Like, and it's important to really have people to hold you to your word, because we can have friends and family all day long. Oh, I hold you accountable. They really don't. Their purpose is not for accountability sometimes. It's just to be your support in a different way, but it's important that you have a unit of people that can hold you accountable to the goals you set for yourself, which is uber awesome. And if I'm not mistaken, this is she's Black owned. This is a Black owned situation.
Yes, our company is Black owned. Lakeisha and I are co-owners of High Vibes Group Fitness, and we partner with Janine Summers, who is the owner of the Cheer Hive. So we join forces together to create High Vibes Group Fitness. As you see, we have the Queen Bee Accountability Groups. We do fitness parties, the Fit and Lit Party Experience, which this Sunday we have one. Actually, I'm really excited about that. We have Zumba with Brittany. Today, actually, before I got here, I did Strong Nation with Kristen.
Okay.
Like I told you, I teach mixed fit. Janae, who's incredible, who like has been my instructor forever. She teaches extreme hip hop step. We have Dawn, who teaches our Zumba classes for our Queen Bee accountability click, and we are adding. Actually, we are launching Soca and Sweat with Sandra.
Okay.
And Sandra starts on Sunday, so we are really excited about that. Yeah, so we're just building and growing, and yes, Black owned, woman owned.
Come
And
through that.
we are just, moving on up. We're really excited about our growth, and just I'm so happy to be able to share it with you and your listeners and viewers.
Yes, and and when I saw you guys make the announcement, I was like, okay, that's dope. That's what's up, and it's needed. Like, we've been all sitting home, door dashing and cooking.
Yeah, and the great thing about it is, we have in-person classes, but we also have virtual classes. And I'm not trying to, pat. It ain't my back. I'm patting this Lakeisha's back. She's not here right now, but Lakeisha, well, she's here, but she's not in my house right now. But Lakeisha is, the tech extraordinaire, and she actually, her and Ayana, who is my niece and the moderator, they moderate our Zoom. So, hey guys, like if you're interested, it is not a traditional Zoom. It's an experience, okay? And not only is it an experience, you will not be seen. A lot of people think that they're going to be seen, and they're like, oh, I don't want people to see me. Girl, you're not going to be seen. You see us, but you're not going to be seen.
You'll be seen.
We create fitness experiences for you. So we hope that, consider trying this out.
Look, and you know what? I think we should show the people what this is. So I pulled your video up, girl.
Oh Lord, okay.
And I think it's cool because we're like, what is, we know what, Zumba is. We know with like what is it? The cross training, the CrossFit. We know, like, people are aware of full body workouts, right? So I think it's cool that we get to show everybody a little bit about what mixed fit is like with you.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So let's see. Let's see.
This one goes over all of the basic moves. Feet wider than shoulder width apart. Let's go. I like having my hands here, but right here or here. Single, double it. Hey! Hey! Woo! Side to side, booty back. Other side. Alright, we're gonna do the twerking fire one after this.
We twerking? Let me find out we twerking.
We have fun. Woo! Top, down.
Hey.
Those are all the basic moves. So if you can get the basic moves, you can do mixed fit.
Yes.
All these moves we're gonna use throughout the workout. Extended. Give it power now. Hey! Woo! Oh! Full diagonal pump. Remember?
This is like a whole body situation.
It's a full body workout. Trust me, if you do a workout with them, you're gonna feel it. 2, 3, 4. Hey! Bring it up. And that's just the movement rehearsal one.
Okay. Let me tell you that That doesn't look as bad as Zumba. I'll be ready to pass out. Zoom, I don't know, maybe it's
girl, you can do it.
Whew,
You can do it, and we have a blast. I promise you. Matter of fact, we're gonna invite you to join one of our classes. So I'll have
okay.
Lakeisha, who I see. She said she's here. She says, "I'm here, darling." She's gonna send
Yes.
you a link so that you could pick a date
And I can
to
do
join one
it.
of our mixed fit classes. Yes.
Okay, because I'm like, it's a work in progress. I used to go to the gym and I would do my own workout. Like I used to play sports and stuff, so I have the athletic ability. I just got lazy, and I think that's just really what it is. I'm just lazy, and I need to break that habit of laziness. I really do.
Listen, listen, what happens is if you find something that you really love and enjoy, like
Yeah,
you'll do it.
yeah.
I when I tell you when I first started like exercising, because with
Mhm.
mixed fit as becoming an instructor, part of it was you still had to cross train to be able to build up stamina. So I would do the steps every single day. And guess what? I would turn on my house music, and
Yeah,
the steps became my favorite exercise. Like, who would know that, like, just
yeah,
walking up and down the steps, well, I was dancing up and down the steps to house music would be so much fun, but it became one of my most favorite things to do. So, just finding something that you enjoy. Like, up and down my timeline, I see people with Pelotons, like, they
yeah,
love it. So, if that's what
yeah.
you love, then you're not going to mind doing it.
Absolutely. And it's all about your body. Like your body is your temple. Like what you put in, how you take care of it. Um Even who you have access to your body. That's a whole nother conversation. Okay. Because a lot
Yeah.
of look singles, y'all out here giving people access to yourself now. They just tearing you apart. But it's still important, and it's not even for women, men too, because men and women lose weight and their body chemistry is different. Like it's different. So what a man can do to get in shape is completely different than a woman. And it's important to understand it. You cannot compare yourself to different genders. You can't compare yourself to different races. Because I just feel, y'all know genetically, melanin folk got more curves. Okay, this is what we
We're
and
blessed
the
with
closer
it.
and the closer you are to the colonizers, you don't have the curves, but it's a different thing. Like it's just what it is. So it kills me when and the other misconception by colonial America is that the beauty standard and the fit standard measures up to European America. And that's
Right.
really not true. But I always laugh when I go to the doctor. Number one, they say, I don't mind telling people my weight because everybody, you don't look that big. I'm like, who said that's big? Like, I just need to understand. So, like, when I get on the scale and I'm like, I know my range, I'm between 150 and 160. That's typically where I fall. So when I went to the doctor a couple weeks ago, she said, "You're 162, but I don't see that." I said, "Well, thank you, Jesus," but I knew that that's what it is. But my height, I'm not that tall, but when they always say, "Oh, your BMI is here and you should be this," and I'm like, if my BMI was really what it was, I'm supposed to be like 130, 125. Y'all will be looking at me like, "Lee, you all right?" Like
sis, let me tell you, I'm like one episode away from meeting Dr. Now if I had to go by them standards, okay? So let's just knock it all the way off. That's not real life.
it's
And
not. It's not.
I'm just
Okay.
saying, hey Kiki, I see Kiki up in here. Hey. But
Okay.
yes, I completely hear you. When
Yes.
it's all like it's unrealistic for us and like for people for them to generalize
Yeah.
everybody in reference to that. But I just want to just go a little bit back to what you said, just about like just with people and
Yes.
access. That was
Yes.
something that I literally had to really take, to heart, because when I tell you like, and I'm not just saying this just to like, big myself up, but I feel like as a friend,
Mm-hmm.
um, I do a lot and I give a lot of myself. And honestly, I really had to look at like reciprocity and also, if I felt like I was being drained by,
Yeah.
different circumstances or people. And you know what? I had to make some decisions. Why? Because I had to, work on the whole self. Okay. So not just my, physical and like I had to work on the whole self. So there was some things that I had to change. And some people who, um, if I felt like they were draining, I just had to like limit.
Look, oh, Jesus, Lord. Let me get the collection plate, Jesus. Let me hear y'all.
And I have like and the great thing was or is I feel like I always say this, like I in this life I was given some Job blessings, because when I lost or like decided like eliminate, or some people I lost as friends for whatever reason, I gained so many great ones in result, and those people have poured into my life. And matter of fact, I don't know, I have like my books back here. I have some of my favorite ones that these people gave. One of them gave me this journal, and another one gave me this other journal, and then all these different books. And that's how I knew like I was on the right path, because I had people that not only, were showing me reciprocity, but also wanted the best for me as my, just as a friend, and wanted nothing else.
Nothing else.
Nothing else. Because don't judge me, but I don't really watch TV, but so I have it like on my TV, like just on during the day for work. And Judge Jerry was on. And he said there was like people that there was two friends there, and they were in their 30s, and their friendship was about to be over because of this legal issue. And Judge Jerry was like, when you have friends, when there's when you're kids, you have no like hidden agendas. When you're friends as kids, like you just want to play, you just want to. But then as adults,
it flips.
People, you gotta be careful, because some people have hidden agendas. So once I recognized, who, was there for me without, requirements of anything else, just for the relationship, and I knew that I could count and depend on it, that's when I had to like, make the executive decision to, shift some other relationships. And honestly, I got my Job blessings, because I got even better, greater relationships and friendships as a result of it. So, that is just as important as, working out and eating right. You have to surround yourself around positive. It's such basic things, guys, that we know.
Yes.
And let me tell you one thing. The first scripture I ever learned, was 1 Corinthians 15:33. It said, "Do not be misled. Bad association spoil useful habits." These are things that we are taught early.
Yes, early.
You got the tools.
There, let me tell you.
We just have to use them.
Lord, let me tell you, your peace of mind and energy that impacts your mind is invaluable. And
whoever that Facebook is, yes, it's your Job season.
Let me tell you something. Like, people thought, and I just had this conversation the other day with somebody that asked, why am I not friends with a group of people that I used to be rolling deep with in Jersey? And I was like, oh, the Lord moved them from me. And I had and it was hard. It was very hard. Look at my cat trying to be extra. But she's trying to be extra. I don't know why she acts up when I'm on the air. Stop it. This is loud. See, this is loud. Sky want to be extra. Okay, sorry. So, it's like these group of friends that I had, and it was hard because when you have a affiliation, and and you got history, and these people did not add any positive value, and the season for that was over. I found myself transitioning into another phase of life, and when I found that my new unit, because I stayed in my new unit was pouring into me in different ways. And when the old group wasn't, so they hated the new group. I said, well, how you hate? And all this is positive. And it was that battle. And I said, you know what? I don't need this level of stress. And sometimes you just have to walk away. And then I still get approached. Can we all get back together? I said, look, let me tell you something. I'm not going to force nothing that the Lord already took away. I'm not going to go back to that. But if the Lord say, okay, Lee, go ahead and run into them at the gas station, I'll say hello. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be cordial.
Right. You know, but at the end of the day, I'm not, you know, but that's a real thing, because people will toxify your mind. And it's not you cannot have your body in alignment if your mind isn't there. And people influence both. And it all adds, it all adds to the soul. Like it's all a part of everything.
Energy is real. Let me tell you.
It's so real. And that negative force can put you in a bad place, and it can actually block your blessings. Like it could take you down a spiral of just, oh, Jesus. Like, and I know as you get older, like you said, like, yeah, friends, it's cool. We're going to the mall. We hanging out. We're doing this. It's all surface. But when real life happens and you need to evolve to a new level, not everybody is able and equipped to evolve with you.
They can't. Some people, they can't handle it. And guess what? That's okay.
It is
okay. So, and you don't have to feel bad about it. Like I have definitely been that person that was like, oh, but I don't want them to feel like, girl, bye. I guess listen, once you turn 40.
look, okay.
Listen, it's been a good run.
Deuces. Okay, Chris Brown. Deuces, like it's real.
You know, like life is too short. And I'm gonna just say this, like Facebook be telling you the truth, honey. So like I'm gonna tell you how Facebook told me the truth about life is too short to be worried about it nonsense. Up and down, like my timeline, I have seen, you know, people pass away, different things, people get sick. Right. Yeah. So you'll see someone say, oh, you know, RIP to XYZ. Yeah. And then 30 seconds later, there's a post. Oh, well, I'm going to, Crown Chicken. Guess what? Life went on for that person.
It did.
It went on. So it's like, you can't care so much about, because guess what? Something happened. Life gonna go on, and they going to Crown Chicken after they say RIP, and that's that on that. So like once you recognize that you know, because I'm not saying, and please like don't misinterpret. I don't want anyone to misinterpret this as like me saying not to be caring or concerning, but I'm just saying like you can't do more for others. You more for others than you would for yourself, because you're a person, you're a human, you are as important. You're important. You are a big deal. Like I'm kind of a big deal.
Look, let me tell you something.
You're a big deal. You are a big deal.
You are, and I tell people this, and I've had many conversations with my friends, men and women, and this all, and I'm gonna go back to this one. I'm gonna go back to the mind, because the mind controls a lot. It triggers everything. It's a thing. So, as a lot of you out there that's watching, or might know someone that this relates to, you break your back, your mind, your sweat, your tears, your blood, okay, over these jobs and employments, all for money, and you don't even take time for yourself. And the sad thing about it is, your employer, because you're not a business owner, your employer, the person that signs your check, they sometimes make you feel guilty for taking off work. They do that. And they feel that you need to give them an explanation to take off. It's your time that you've accrued. And I have so many friends who used to work themselves to the hospital, and I was there. I had 3 panic attacks, and 2 put me in the hospital. And the last one, I couldn't feel the right side of my face. They thought I was having a whole stroke when it was a whole anxiety attack, because I was working like a dog because I wanted to make this amount of money and I was not able to perform at the best of my ability. And like when you say the body will shut you down, it will shut you down. And when that doctor said to me, how old are you? And I said, oh, I'm 32. He was like, well, if you want to see 35, you need to quit. And I said, and it was just a simple question. The doctor asked me, what did you eat today? I couldn't even answer the question. Wow. How long do you sleep? I said, I don't know. Do you get 4 hours? Do you wake up? And I was like, and it really had to sit me down to ask that, like to really think about where is my quality of life? And am I really performing at the altitude that I'm supposed to perform at? And if I'm not, something has to change. Even those that are entrepreneurs, I'm gonna talk to y'all too. Okay. I understand your dream, your business is your baby. But the goal of an entrepreneurship, and I teach this to I teach business to middle schoolers. The goal of an entrepreneur is not just the business, but how your business runs when you're not in the building. If you're working harder than the employees you're paying, there needs to be a shift. And that's the most Jim Bezos and Elon Musk, they take time off. They don't be working all the time. But here we are. We have this mentality that, oh, I have to do this because if I don't, what? If you die tomorrow, your job is posted. It's posted. Someone else is sitting in your seat. So that mentality of really performing at your altitude that is meant for you is so important. And the older we get, we're going to have, I think Steve Harvey said this, we're beginning to have less days in front of us than we do behind us.
Yes.
Or more days behind us than we do in front of us. So really sitting back and thinking about how are we taking care of our mind? How are we taking care of our bodies? How are we taking care of our spirit? Do we meditate? Do we pray? Do we do yoga? Do we just cut the TV off? Do we just cut the noise? And especially in the world of COVID and we're virtual, I tell my students all the time, designate at least an hour a day where you're not looking at a computer. Just turn it off.
And listen, the do not disturb on the phone is amazing. Because, girl, look, when my Boost Mobile not acting up, I turn off I put on the do not disturb, and I'll be like, oh, listen.
Look, it's real. It's real. It's like, it's so real. And I think we have to change the mindset. And at the end of the day, we are the examples for the generations after us, and they do what they emulate what we do, or they do the opposite. But we want to make sure we create those positive habits. Like, it's real, y'all. Ooh, Jesus.
Yes, you have to pour into yourself every day. My sister Lori, actually, she gave all the women in our family these confidence stat cards. I don't know if you can see. And every day it's a different affirmation. Okay. And like, I literally would just open one up and every day look at it and just pouring positivity into your life. Just something just as simple as that. I mean,
I see them on my board behind me. I see. Like, they're here. So when I see you, like, it's real.
And you know what? And also, even though I really don't watch TV that much. I literally when I watch TV is like either like some sisters or something like that, or when we did the 90 Day Fiance, but I don't commit to anything else like that. But that could be a form of self-care too.
It is.
Unplugging and just like watching Ratchet TV. Girl,
look, let me tell you.
Times.
I'm telling, because it's so funny, because even y'all, if you don't know, I'm a 90 Day Fiance stan. I know all about. I'm like, maybe I should give me a K1 visa child and just figure this thing out.
Listen, why not?
But my sister for 2 hours on Sundays. That's my way of just. And then again, like, some of the things I would do, I would watch with my mom, and that was like our way of, like, we would watch Sisters together, and I would watch Sisters, and I'd be like, Mom, remember, if you would see what Danny doing, or if you see this crazy ass Andy, and those are those decompressing moments, and even our men, ladies, this is for y'all. I don't have a man, but I'm speaking into existence. Don't work your man like a dog. Your man already works hard. He has other stresses that we don't even know about. When that man, black man, walks out the door, he's already a target. Okay? He's already a target. He has a different level of pressure than we can even imagine. So let's stop putting this burden of expectation on our men and come together and have a updated way of building that community at home where you can pour into each other. Okay, like that's so important.
So important. It's so true.
Because our men, they don't go to the doctor. They don't take care of themselves. They don't
until it's the last minute, and then you be like, listen, I hope that insurance policy is set up, because what I ain't gonna do is no Facebook, or the GoFundMe.
It's no right, like it's real, and we have to teach our men it's important to take care of themselves and be at their best performance, because we know, like, in the body affects the men way different. Heart attacks and high blood pressure, sexual performance, all of that stuff impacts the man. And we have to make sure we pour into our brothers because they need it more than anything. It's real. Ooh, I'm loving this conversation. Let's look at look, this is so good. Let's look at some of these comments, right? So these comments, let's see what the people saying. Okay.
Kiki said, cut off the talk. That's right, Kiki.
Yes. Kiki. Yes, we gotta have Kiki on the show too. She's doing
love her.
She's, I gotta have I need a whole Jersey show. We just gotta talk. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta get it. Okay.
Somebody put impotence with the eyes. Listen, get them to the doctor, sis.
Look, please get the man to the doctor, child. The men need to go make the appointment and just kind of look. Let me tell you. And then we be mad that he can't do what he's supposed to do because we don't work to him having cut the grass, all this.
Girl, bye.
Not the trickle.
And women peak in their late 30s, early 40s. So you don't want. I'm just saying, you don't want no problems.
Yeah. Okay, it's real.
If you're gonna be at your best, be at your best. That's
all the way. Because Lord knows I'm peaking and I need something to peak with me. Okay, I digress. Okay.
That's a different show.
That's a different show. All right. So the question posted, what are some things that you do to be at your best self in mind, body, and spirit? So Beryl says, I read, I pray, I set moods, candles, light music. Come on with it. Yes. I work on restorer projects when I can, and I also love to swim. I need to learn how to swim. I need to not be a typical Black girl. I don't know how to swim.
I learned that at Kitty Keepwell.
Really? I need to. Yeah. That's on my bucket list. I need to work that out.
Yes, good again.
Yes, Jason says, stop negative ways of thinking. Stop judging. Most people don't think they judge, but they do. This is true. Stopped giving my opinion to people unless they ask for it. Come through with it.
Here's something not to throw it.
Look. And even when I choose what I'm saying depending on the person and put my thoughts towards forward progress. Come on, preacher. Eat clean food. Exercise to strengthen the body, stretch daily. I stopped posting my every thought on social media.
That's huge.
Okay. Very selective about that because putting my thoughts out to the world pollutes my mind. Took the words, but I can't put it in my vocabulary. And last but not least, I surround myself with people that have my best interests at heart and are loyal. And that circle is very small. Come on, Jason. Okay. Dana says, I do a lot of self-care, such as getting my hair done, nights with friends, going to the gym, retail therapy, okay, and avoiding negativity. Stacy says, praying more, asking God for what I really want. I'm going to take that a step further, asking God for what he wants for me. I'm going to go there.
I love somebody.
Yes. Tatiana says, give myself grace. Talk to myself is so therapeutic and I spoil myself. Oh, awesome response.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yes. The other question, what are some things that get in the way of self-care? Erica says procrastination. Come on with it. Y'all already know my Jason says, being too comfortable, not wanting to be uncomfortable because it's easier to be comfortable. Self-defeating mentality. Y'all are preaching, Jesus. Okay. Oh, this is a real one. Isis says work. Work gets in the way of a lot of things, and it's so hard to step away from work, but it's so important that you do.
Yeah.
Sherelle says, I find every excuse why I don't need it. Oh, and my son needs this or that, so I don't think I deserve it. That's real.
That is real with kids, especially as a parent. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Jason put another comment, and I also don't think most people know what self-care is to even start the process of self-care. That may be
Some
true.
people, they don't know how, like, they think it's being selfish.
Yeah, they do.
You know, and sometimes it's okay to be a little bit selfish with yourself.
It is. It is. Tatiana says, what gets in the way? Myself. I get in the way. That's honest. I love it. Hyacinth says, myself. Then I put Lay's needs before mine. That's a daughter. Love it. Yeah, man. I'm loving the honesty. And you know what? The first step of change is being aware of where the issue lies and coming up with a plan to change it. Those affirmation statements, journaling. I have about 20 journals in my house, y'all. I got journals everywhere. I feel like every room I go to is a journal. And they're not, I'm not an organized mind. I'm not that chick. One journal got this, another one got that. I go to the other journal, put something else. They just all over the place. But it works for me because I get it out. And I got Post-its all over my house. They just everywhere. But, but you have to find your thing. Your thing. You do. And then the poll was, throughout the course of the week, how often are you feeling at your best? So 4 people said 3 to 4 days a week. 3 people said 1 to 2 days a week. No one said 5 to 7 days a week, which is really, that's a big thing to be aware of. So no one feels at their best every day of the week. That's real. And no one has said never. So the average is 3 to 4 days or 1 to 2 days, but most people feel at their best 3 to 4 days a week. Whew. That's real. That's all the way real.
It's real.
Lord have mercy. It's just, well, but the thing is, we know better. We take those baby steps, like you said, Ayesha, like start with doing something small, be it walking around the block, walking up the stairs, drinking more water,
journaling, anything that you can just one step create that habit and develop that change. You don't have to eliminate that all or nothing. Like we often might start on a program and then you eat like a piece of candy and then you like, oh, well, I messed up, so I might as well just eat for the rest of the week. No, the next day is a new day. Every day is a new day and a new opportunity. New day, new mercies.
Absolutely. It's real. And it takes the mind. You just got to take a step. You take one step, another one will come, and find your accountability circle. Like find people that are in the same wavelength as you, and their actions show that they're wavelength. Because people can say stuff all day long, but if they're not doing anything, that doesn't match at all. So, oh Lord, did y'all like the show? I feel like it was therapeutic just for myself.
I had a great time with you guys today. Honestly, I'm so grateful to even just have the opportunity to connect. And I, as always, just love, chatting it up with you.
Yeah, it's real and it's important, and everyone knows this show has been something I've been doing, and I took a step back, and my mama was like, "You better keep going," and I'm like, "I don't want to," but and as I continue to pour in, you guys know it's all about the experience, the journey. We're all in this world together. No, even though we are different, we're all connected in some way, of some way. Let's see, Candace, what you say? I have felt like I am not at my best enough. Yeah, and that's real.
That is real. A lot of us, we're kind of hard on ourselves.
We are.
And we have to give ourselves grace Because guess what? We're learning in this life too, especially like for parents. Like if you're a parent, you might say like, "Oh, well, I messed up with this." And the truth of the matter is, if you've never been a parent before, you're learning.
Yeah.
So, you know, so many different things. And I see someone else said not feeling like you're enough. Everybody at some point in their lives, whether it's like in the personal life, workspace, whatever, has felt like you're not enough, but you have to prioritize your own self and create that feeling for you.
Yes.
What is enough for you? Not what is enough for this person, that person, that person. What is enough for me?
Your own level of self-worth. And as hard as people, we compare a lot to what someone else has. And that comparison shifts through your ages. Like I know it's like when you're 20, you're 19, you think it's this. Then when you're 20 to 30, you're something else. Then when you're 40, we're figuring it out. But like you can't, it's hard not to compare yourself to others. And that's where that enough feeling is. And sometimes we're conditioned to think we're supposed to be one way when that's not even where we're supposed to be.
And girl, can I just add something? I don't mean to cut you off, but because I'm 40, it might evaporate. But we often, will look at social media or different thing and we'll create the narratives like in our minds about what is actually happening in a person's life, and you compare yourself to what you see. Like if you just look at social media for what it is, it's pictures, guys. It's pictures.
Yeah.
You are creating a narrative for whatever that person is putting out.
Yes.
So if you see a picture and someone is at at a beach or whatever, you just created that, oh well, they live in it. Meanwhile, you don't even know if that is actually a real beach that they're in, or if they Photoshop themselves. You really don't know. You created the narrative.
You do.
So like if we eliminate or remove ourselves from comparison, because comparison is the thief of joy. It will think so less of yourself compared to other people. So like if you eliminate that and control that for yourself, like things can shift for you. I'm telling you.
And people have that same comparison to you. And look, people think, like I remember I had made my own personal goal when I turned 27, 26. No, I'm lying, 25. I said my grandmother passed like a week before my birthday. Her funeral was on my birthday, right? So I told myself I will never not travel on my birthday. I'm going to go to a different destination on my birthday because I wanted to erase that thought of a funeral on my birthday. People thought I'm out here balling out of control. Oh, you doing it? People was putting these false judgments. I'm like, this is called payment plans and layaway. I don't know, but people really come in and really create this narrative over your life off of what, and you're just like, plan this, or it's something that you're doing for you, and sometimes you just share things because your family wants to see where you are, or like especially when I went to Hawaii for my 30th birthday and I posted stuff from my uncles and aunts to see or whatever. People was like, oh, you balling, Hawaii expensive. I say, yo, I've been paying on this trip for about 2 years. What you talking about? Like people create this narrative like I was wealthy, and I'm like, what you talking about? Like what? But those are those things that make you feel less than, or make others, like people create these stories, and it's not true. And that again, and it takes time. And as you're growing into a woman, that's going to change again by the time you hit 40, 30. Let me tell you, when you start, and it's life is a journey.
It's certainly a journey. Indeed. It's a journey.
And it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to feel the way that you feel. Don't ever let anyone tell you shouldn't feel that way, because that's your valid feeling. But the thing is, how long are you staying in that feeling?
Yes, you can't stay there.
And that's we're all working through it. Like I work through it every day because I told myself, you're not going to put me on no more medication. I refuse. I'm going to work through this and I'm going to do what I got to do for myself. But some people don't have that power to mind over matter. Like Got it.
It's work. You have to, just like you got to exercise your body, you got to exercise your mind. You have to pour into your spirit.
You do.
And like the people around you. Even I had a conversation with a good friend the other day. I was just checking in with her because I hadn't, talked to her in a while. And I noticed, and she said, like, it's not like against you or anything, but certain people, I had to, like, I'm protecting my energy, so I shifted like my movements. And I said, you know what, that's great, because you are prioritizing yourself, and I respect
Yes,
that, so
absolutely.
like, it's okay. It
It's
is really
okay.
okay.
It is so okay, and it's important to set those boundaries. It is
Boundaries
okay.
are huge.
You need to set boundaries. You need to just live in your own truth. And I've learned this along the way. No does not need an explanation.
It
Okay.
doesn't.
Just
No.
say no.
No.
Just say no. It is what it is, and that's just it's okay, y'all. We in this together.
We are.
We are. So before we go, Ish, how can people connect with Hives? Like, is it just a website? Is it a Facebook page?
Well, we have multiple ways that you can connect with us. You can go onto our website, which is hivevibesfitness.com. That's one word. Or you can follow us on Instagram at Hive Vibes Group Fitness. We're on Facebook. You can just put in Hive Vibes, or if you want to join our Facebook group, it's Hive Vibes Group Fitness.
Okay.
So multiple ways that you can connect with us. If you want to connect with me separately regarding Mixed Fit, you can connect with me, Mixed Fit with Ish, New Jersey. That's on Facebook. And then if you just want to follow my life just because you want to see what my hair looks like in a week or two, you can follow my Instagram, _EE_Ish. So, yes.
Because she is a Gemini and she
I
changes.
am a true Gemini, so sis, this is going to be out probably this week.
Look, my best friend is a Gemini, and that child will change her hair 3 times a week, change her nails. It's just multiple people in there. I don't know. It's just people in there that just become this fighting. Jesus.
And we're an air sign, and my favorite Gemini said this to me one day. She said, try boxing air. You can't.
You can't. I be trying to do too much. I be like, Lord have mercy.
Do it.
And the Scorpio and me just don't have the time. I be like, man, I'm good.
We can't put us in a box. We be all over, child. And I'm a true one.
Look. So thank you. And I wanted to, so I mentioned in the beginning of the show, I wanted to introduce the next series. Okay. So I'm going to just put it on the screen.
Yes.
You guys are hearing it first. And I feel like it's uber important that we have this topic because I care about my Black people. I care about my Black people. I do. And it's important. Here we go. This is the series.
Yes.
Conversations, dating, and marriage. These are the featured guests that will be a part of this experience. The premise of the show, it's a 3-part series. It starts next Tuesday. We will first talk about the Black woman in marriage with some singles and some single men. We will then talk about the Black man in marriage. And then we have some marriage tidbits from 2 married couples. So, and this whole conversation stemmed from a conversation with Ray. He's one of my close friends, and he follows Kevin Samuels, and he's walking in a new walk of life, being single. And the fact of the matter is that Black women are the least percentage of being married. Like, Black women are not married in comparison to other races. Let's talk about why that is. And the show is not to disparage Black women, and it's not to disparage Black men, but it's really to get to the real reasons of the mentality of our Black community and why we are behind the curve in our families and in our households. And this is really important to me because our Black community and our Black household is the backbone of our culture. And it's so divided and broken that our children are lost. So how do we have this conversation open and honestly with 4 singles, different walks of life, different experiences who don't know each other, okay? And how do we really get to the nitty gritty about Black women? What's wrong? What's right? What is the misconception? And then again, let's hold our Black men accountable. What's up with them, and why aren't they proposing? What are the double standards amongst that? So, and then we have 2 married couples, Rodney and Stephanie, and James and Beryl. Different age ranges, different lengths of time being married, kids, blended families, all of that stuff. And they're going to give the perspective and hope to Black singles about why it's awesome and hard and interesting to be married as a Black person. So we kick it off next Tuesday with the Black woman.
Yes.
Okay, because we got to fix our ish. And we can't be listening to these Harveys and people to tell us how we're supposed to be as women. Okay, so we going in. We're going in. And this is just the first series of many in my Black community conversations topics. Coming forward, there's going to be the Black community in education, the Black community in health, the Black community in spirituality, because yes, we have some toxic religious people as well. We're going to talk about, there's a whole lot of, our community just needs some work, y'all. We just need some work. We got to work on it. So yeah, next Tuesday, 7:00, we diving into the Black woman. And I will say we had our first collaborative Zoom call. So this was the first time all of these lovely individuals met each other. And I just hit them with a few questions. And they just had an open conversation. And I said, based on this conversation, I'm going to pair y'all up. So each episode will be a guy and a girl, and then the 2 couples will be on the last episode. So that's the flow. Get ready, y'all. We going in all the way.
Okay.
We're going in. We going in. I hope you guys enjoyed the experience. Ish, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I had a blast, honestly.
Yes, and I will definitely, please follow, share the video on the Miss Experience Facebook page, YouTube. I am going to post Hive Fitness website, all that information on the in the group, so you can follow and all that good stuff and connect and get your little mixed fit life on, and we can just twerk and all of that and lose some weight and all that stuff that we was doing. I want to march, all that stuff. We're gonna get it all in.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, have an awesome Tuesday. Catch you guys next Tuesday. Ish, be safe, be blessed, be happy, be loved.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Bye, guys. Be awesome.